Test, test. Hello, hello everyone. It is your friendly neighborhood streamer, Yentra, here with another all-important stream for you. There we are. And today we're going to be doing something, mind you, but we're going to be hunting the big stuff, looking for some Quantanium. The all-famous and profitable Quantanium mining. And we're going to be going out in the prospector today, although we'll do that for the first run or so and then see how it goes. We may end up switching off and doing something a little different and do solo piloting the mole if we are so inclined. But for now, let's take out the rock brick. I keep saying rock. Let's take out the prospector. I know what I'm doing. Let's take out the prospector and get to cracking some rocks.
Vehicle selected. Stand by. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
The prospector, of course, I would say, and this is just my opinion, but I think this is probably one of the most profitable ships in the game. If you're looking for just a quick way to make money, I would argue it's this ship right here. Boy, we are seeing a lot of hospital gowns. And I don't think I've ever seen one in the hangar before. That's a new one. That is a new one. And here's my argument, by the way, for why the prospector really just beats them all out. I would say, hands down, it's the best. And my reasoning is that, number one, Quantanium mining is still quite profitable. We're going to kind of gauge our time here. I don't know if I'll exactly set up a timer aside here in just a second on that front. But, you know, running Quantanium is still quite profitable. there's still the X factor of course, when do you actually find the Quantanium? That is an X factor.
You are clear to launch.
But beyond that, oh no. Can't repair and refuel? That's... Nothing. Okay. Interesting. As you can see, we're down a couple of million of credits. And whenever I'm getting low, that's not low. That balance isn't low, I realize. But whenever I get my credits sort of down a little bit, I will go mining, because it is still one of the most profitable things you can do in the game. And you don't need another person to run the prospector. Interesting. I think we're gonna...
And please visit again.
There we go. And you can literally go out whenever you want, go mining, do it on your own timetable. Because I know you can get these profit tables, and you can look at how much you can make per hour doing bunkers and all that other stuff. But you know, you're missing the main point, which is you have to be assigned those missions. And if something happens with your rep, it gets reset because of a wipe, whatever. You're waiting and building back up your rep, and you're waiting for those mission assignments. And if you don't get them, guess what? You don't get that profit per hour. So, and you know, sort of unlike trade, where you're waiting for a server tick or something like that for your supplies to get replenished, you're on someone else's timetable. Mining is essentially one of the most profitable things you could do in game that you can do on your own timeline. And if you have a prospector, you have the most control over when and how you mine. So, you know, this is just one of those activities that I fall back on when I have no other idea of what I want to do. I always enjoy mining. I do want to take a quick departure from the standard chatting, as I do while we're streaming, to do a little bit of a plug here for my Discord server. It's called the Know Nothings. I know you've heard me mention that before on stream, but what's different today is that it is the first stream we've done since we've given away some things, and we have some lucky people who've won a few things, and I would like to kind of mention what was done on our Discord server. The link for that is, of course, in the description. And we did a couple of things. We did a ship giveaway, which was the Drake Mule. We're just starting out, so we're starting with the smaller ground vehicles, of course. We did an item giveaway, which was the Zeus suit that came in. It comes in 3 colors: the orange, the gray, and the white. And the winner was able to choose the color that they wanted. That's a subscriber item. I'm just going to try to land here, by the way, and try to refuel here real quick. And then the third thing we gave away was 1 million Alpha UECs. 1 million Alpha UECs. So just want to congratulate the winners of that. The ship was awarded to a Discord member, Luca. And the item giveaway was another Discord member of ours, Leonardo. And the million space bucks went to Cheese Doodles. So go to the Know Nothings Discord server, sign up, and you'll see some information in there on how you can be entered to win this month's giveaways. We are going to give away a ship to be announced. Probably going to give away the Rock. That is a $55 item. So we are not buying that in game, of course, because we couldn't give it to you that way. And we're not giving you the credits to buy it. We're buying the actual rock for you. And we will gift it to your account if you win. Same thing for the subscriber items. This particular month of the subscriber item was a little boring. So we may do a repeat on that one with the Zeus suit. And then we're going to be giving away 1 million space bucks again. And that's why I'm doing some mining, because that million credits comes from our account. And right now, I'm the sole benefactor. I'm the sole financier of our bank, which is on the Discord server as well, the Know Nothings Bank. And that's going to be telling you more about that bank and how we run the bank, because we're going to be giving away some more credits every month. But in addition to that, we're going to be offering in-game loans, and you'll be able to set up a credit account. You'll be able to earn interest off a balance, just like a real bank. And it's all going to be managed by our Discord server, which we've named Hawking. So this is a good time to go check it out. The next giveaway will be at the end of this month. We'll announce November 1st. So go check that out. That's my plug. While we're plugging away, why don't you like and subscribe and make everybody happy by growing this channel too. And one more thing back about the Discord server. We are going to be in a situation where we are going to be bringing some people in from that server to be on this stream. So if you're looking for an invite to do that, get yourself known over there, and we'll put you on the list of people who will be invited to come play Star Citizen with me. So I know a lot of other streamers out there do have other people from their Discord kind of join, and so that's something we're going to borrow that idea from some other people, of course, but just also getting some more activity, showing some more activity and gameplay. It's a better thing to do when we have more people. So that's the game plan. So I'm going to try to repair. Oh, thankfully we can do that here. It was kind of on our way, wasn't it? And while we're doing that, I'm going to make sure that my balance is recorded. So we've got 6,918,111 space bucks. And that will be our new balance. Let's just like to do that right after refueling so we can see how much money we have at the end of this process. Of course, we don't get the money directly in the bank. We get to go put in some work orders. So the Hawking bot also does that as well. It monitors my work orders. I've got every one of my work orders in here. So that's northeast. Kind of want to head west. And I'm not sure about this. Usually I just fly away from the station. But I don't usually go to one of these stations. I usually go to another one, but we're going to fly for a while just for safety's sake, like we always do. Better to be safe than sorry. And we're going to get to doing some mining. It's a good thing to do is just, I usually ping and then I start flying away and kind of wait for all the boxes to disappear. That's a good indication that I'm far enough away that we're not going to run into an issue. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So now let's start looking for some actual rocks here. And did we just find a cluster? We did. Right out the gate, we found a cluster. What is happening? That's a nice little cluster there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like 8 rocks there for us. That's great. Let's see what we got. It's 16.6 on a mass of 3,000. Not great, but we're in a cluster, so that is one to kind of pay attention to, because that could definitely be one that we come break as well. A 2%er, not good. Another 2%er, not good. Looks like there's a nice sharp ledge. I don't think I've ever seen a Quantanium rock on the vertical side of a ledge like that over to the left. It's another 2%er, a very, very small 2% crowd here. So we just have these other 3 to scan, I believe. I'll pull back and double check that in a second. It's another 15%er, and it's an 8,000 mass. We couldn't break that in the prospector right now. I don't think I could break that. It's really kind of down to this one rock here. Guess, did we scan that one to the right of it? I don't think we did either. So let's check that one over to the right as well. I don't think I scanned that. And that's a 2%er. So yeah, let's check this one. Because I don't think I checked any of the ones that were on the sides. It's a 4,000 mass. It's a 15%er. Okay. So we might... we got that one 15%er up here. These were all 2%ers except for the first one that we scanned. And I also believe we scanned this one too. So let's just kind of realign ourselves here and get positioned and see if we have enough to break. It's a 3,700 mass. A 13%er. So we could break that one. And we know we could break this one as well. It's the same thing, 4,000, 15%er. So between those two, it'll be a little extra work. And that's a 3200. And that's a 16%er. So I'm going to break all three. And so we just have the 1, 2, and the third one is down here. So I'm going to break these three. And then we'll see where we land on the breaks to see if we have any good breaking rocks. So since we're going to be breaking in this direction, I'm going to turn around, get myself into mining mode here. All right, let's crack some rocks, huh? You know what, I was going to do some music, but now I'm like, I want to listen to that laser a little bit more, so I don't want the music to distract us. It's not chill sometimes when you're Quantanium mining, right? Okay, so I think I'll just do first and second breaks on all of them. And we get a purple for free there, but I'm guessing that's not going to be Quantanium. 15% Quantanium. That's too bad. There's some Quantanium. 37%. We're just going to break everything. We're not going to spend too much time doing any math on it, because when you want to do quick breaks, like in this situation, it's going to take a lot longer because we have 3 rocks to break. So if you sit around and you try to guess what you might want out of the break, it's, you know, not a good situation. Yeah, this one wants barely any power. And with my mouse wheel, I get to go, as you probably notice, I can do like 3 to 5% jumps. And it's very difficult for me to be super accurate with this. That's a 4% jump just with one little notch. So, and it's variable. It's not consistent with me. Sometimes it's 3%, 4%, 5% on the jump up and down with just one mouse tick for me. So, yeah, that's not the easiest when you have to be very fine-tuned. So I'm just looking at the green zones, and I'm seeing that they're big, and I'm not waiting for the scan. That's about it. That's all that rock's going to give us. Everything's purple. And that, of course, doesn't have any Quantanium. That's either dead or never was part of the rock. And that's dead too. Okay, so we know this one is also dead. Okay, cool. So the next one should be up here to our left. And that's a 2%er. And I think this is the one. Nope. There it is. And then we have that one way on the far left over there to break. I am not able to get my power up here enough. And that's strange. Oh, this is an 8,000. That's why. Okay. I'm not going to be breaking that rock, and I knew that. So this may not have been a smart decision unless there was another candidate here for us. And we're definitely going to break this one, but I thought I had 3 breakable rocks, but I... There we go. Try not to overcharge this one at all. That's the goal. Okay. Didn't get a very good separation there with our rock, but let's start cracking the rest of it here real quick. Yeah, I think it might be time to replace this mouse because my mouse wheel stuck right there. And I couldn't move it. So, not the best when you're doing Quantanium Mountain. Okay. Yeah, I may switch mice here in just a bit because this is not working out that great with the mouse wheel. It is definitely sticking on me, and it's not the game's fault. At least not all of that. Oh, good. Really do like it when the rocks decide to kind of get out of our way in these situations. This was a tough break because absolutely nothing really, everything was on top of everything else. And with Quantanium, you really do have to be careful because if you go try to do that break and you're accidentally hitting Quantanium that's been broken down. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Yep, there's kind of a big delay here in my mouse button wheel reacting, so it's making mining here not the easiest, but we'll roll with it. We'll get it. I'm kind of getting the hang of it now. You know, just adds another layer of challenge, which, hey, we're up for that. Go away, Rock. Just about to thank you for getting out of my way. And you glitched right back. Okay, so that is something we don't need to break. That's something we don't need to break. That's something we don't need to break. And I think there's one purple down here. And that has just 18% Quantanium. So we did not get the best of second breaks here on either of the rocks. So what I'm going to do first is I want to double check that I actually scanned all these rocks correctly. And so we broke this one right here. I'm just kind of getting a wide angle here, wide view. That was at 8,000, and I think we double checked all of these up here. And I'm not sure what's going on with that one way back over here. This is the one we just broke, I think, maybe. Yeah. Yeah. So I do want to just check these other rocks very quickly to make sure I didn't make and miss out on what I thought was another teen, somewhere in the teens percentage for Quantanium. And so we know it's none of these three. That's going to be the one. Yeah, that's a 15%er that I think I just got duped by the mass of that one. So we're ready to scoop. So I am going to see what we have, do a little bit of a survey here, because I want to make sure that if we have any 100%ers, first of all, I think they're going to be down here if we have any, because the other rock, we did take a peek at those a little bit. I just want to see what we have here. And if we have any hundreds, I might just start scooping. So there's 100 right there. If I find a couple of hundreds here. That's an 89. That's not horrible. Okay. Seems like a visual bug there for that one, because that should have some Quantanium in it. Yeah, it's 11%. I'm just going to rescan this one. It's really strange that it says resistance 0.17 and that's in red. But okay, we'll trust that that's not one then. Okay, so we only have one 100 here. And I think we checked. These would be some ones to check. I'm just looking for hundreds right now. Okay, that was... You saw that, right? That was weird too. I mean, if I try to scoop that... Okay. It is... Either I'm looking at something funny here, which might be just because of the angle. Let me just try to get a better angle here. Yeah, that's a purple. Okay, yeah, that was a little strange because you saw that it looked like a unbroken rock there for a second. That's only an 80%er. Okay, so I think I have enough to kind of just get going here, because I don't need to overthink this thing. This isn't going to be a unicorn, as it were. So I'm just going to grab... I only have the 100 here. And you know what? I said that. I just want to check to see. There's no 100 there. And I'm just going to check up here because I'm pretty sure now that I say that I didn't check for a 100. So if we have another 100 here, I want to make sure I grab those hundreds first. It's worth the extra time because I'm going to have to make some hard choices here in a second. And I want to maximize the amount of Quantanium I have in my hole. So I'm just looking for 100s here. And I got one. Okay. Okay, we're kind of seeing a bunch of flaky behavior here too. There's another 100. So this actually turned out to be a better break than the other one. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to grab this 100 and start here because these are... Okay. Yeah, so now we're just going to move a little bit. I can't in good conscience grab a 16%er, so I'm going to bring myself back to this other one. And we know we had 100 down here, so just grab that one, continue our work, and work our way back up. You see, this is where it's really good to have some practice flying around, because you do have to find yourself in these little kind of tight spots sometimes where you can just get right on the one rock that you want to scoop, and you want to ignore the one right to the right of it or whatever. You know, this is on the side of a hill, so there's not... I know there's a little purple sliver right there, so we're going to see what that... Yeah, it's 27%. Okay, I don't think there's anything else here. And there isn't. So we're going to go grab the whatever scraps we can get from this rock. So I think that's it. So let's get out of here and go drop this off. You know, on the one hand, we found that Quantanium very fast, which is good, because normally, in normal circumstances, you know, I might look at that cluster and even say that's not worth mining. But we just got there, and we found it. And so that is kind of, I'm in a situation where it's found money, and I'm going to take the money I can get versus, you know, what might be out there. Because we don't know. That could have been the one and only cluster that's, you know, something we would have run into. And drop this puppy off. And that seems to be happening more and more to me lately, where I'm lined up and it doesn't work out for me. And accidentally double hit it there, so that's my bad. We're probably going to get a yellow alarm here before we land, but that's okay. Not going to rush it. You really don't want to rush it in these situations. And the more Quantanium mining you do, the more comfortable you get. With this situation of coming in for a landing. And really no reason to panic. And I think that's why a lot of people don't Quantanium mine, is because they just don't want to be up against the gun on a timer. But I don't think I've run into too many situations where the timer has gotten in the way. In fact, I don't think I can remember the last time my ship exploded because of Quantanium timer running out, or the Quantanium timer running out. But it was, I know I've been in situations where the game is bugged and kind of blew up that way. But that's, you know, you can't do anything about that. Every game loop that in this game, if it's bugged, there's nothing you can do. These doors do take a while to open up, and like anything, you just have to be patient. I'm taking my sweet old time here because I knew that was going to happen, and I think you can really get jittery when that thing first goes off, even though you're expecting it. And I didn't want to be in the middle of going into the hangar.
Landing complete. Pleasant stay.
Okay, we're in Hangar 2. If you've watched any of my other streams, you'll know I like to keep track of which hangar I landed in, because I will, I may have to run back up here. That's happened to me a couple of times. And so just being prepared. Hangar 2. Keep that in your mind, and then that would be what I'll run back to. Excuse me, sir. Got some Quantanium to drop off.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle
Great.
Retrieval
So
System.
we've got that stored.
Please visit
Let's run to the refinery. Now, I didn't check my modules, so I might do that real quick. And I'm going to check to see if I have a gadget, because honestly, that 8K, I should have broken that. And if I had a module, I would have been able to break that. So let's head real quick to the refinery here.
Hey, back again, I see.
I am back again. Thank you.
Finding everything all right?
I'm finding everything all right. Thank you for asking. We're just here to drop off a work order. I promise I won't be long. Yeah. Let's just do what we do. And I'm going to just do the Quantanium. yeah, there's nothing of significant value for anything else. So I'm going to set my work order up in my Discord bot. Work order 1558 is the quantity. 1480 is the yield. And it's going to cost us 3,418. Great. So that's in there. Fine and dandy. And while we're here, I'm going to check to see if I happen to have a gadget. Now, I think that's going to be, that would be in utility, by the way. But I was just double checking there. Okay, nothing is there. And I don't have it in my backpack or anything, so let's get out of that nice person's way. They're running a work order too. Now, with the modules, I know I have 2 Brant modules set up. And those are the ones that I'm really dependent on for my style of breaking rock. So I know I had 2 when I left, and I know I didn't use both of those. But one of them may have been emptied. And that's okay, because I don't need more than... Okay, so they're both here. I'm probably on my last Brant module use for that top one. And then the focus is a passive. Which just helps you break. Just on every break, it'll help you. That focus one will. Okay, okay, so we're going to grab the prospector.
Vehicle selected.
And we're going to head back.
Stand by. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Okay, so I'm just going to check real quick. So I think that was kind of close to, maybe even close to an hour. Boy, am I right about that? I think it took me a while to get all this set up, but I was just checking a message that I sent just before I went on stream. That was about an hour ago. Hangar 4. Ah. Oh, I was going to swap out my mouse too. But we'll wait for that. I've got a mouse pretty handy, so it won't take me very long to do that. I could probably do that while we're traveling back to Lyria. I will swap out my mouse so it won't interrupt the stream. Ooh. I absolutely love mining, by the way. I remember... Do you hear that? Do you hear that? Okay. We have another problem. We have another problem here. Come on, open up. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out, please. Let me out of this ship, please. Thank you. Okay. This is a little bit of a panic because I definitely set that work order up. And it is not... Unless I didn't confirm it. and I pulled away and didn't confirm it, which is possible. But I'm going to store that ship.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval
And
system.
I'm going to head back up because there is no way I want that thing to blow up on me. Okay, let's go double check our work order. It is possible that I got distracted and forgot to hit confirm. And that's a silly thing to do, but it is also another reason why I don't run all the way to the refinery. Because that's essentially, it does stop your timer. And I believe it kind of picks up where it left off. It is also possible that due to a bug, I'm going to get 2 work
See anything you
orders.
like?
And look at that, my work order was not fulfilled. So that is on me. That's on me. I didn't hit the confirm, I bet. Yeah, all the details were the same. And we should make 130,240. I'm sorry, yeah, 130,240 credits for that work order. That's what the profit was for that. So $130,000. I know that was under an hour because I sent a message while I was still setting up the stream. I'm sure you can just look down at the time marker, but since I'm doing this live, I can't do that. But yeah, so that's not the best money making. You can make a lot more with more people helping you, and if you're in a mole.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system. Vehicle selected. Stand by. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Please visit us again.
There we are. There we are. Take 2. It happens, and I know better than to do that. User error. But when you're streaming and your mouse isn't working and you're making excuses, it's easy to forget to click confirm. Or to forget to put your landing gear down.
Hello, how can we help you today?
You are clear to launch. Thank you, and please visit again.
Yeah, these markers kind of bug out sometimes, and it's difficult to find where you need to go, but as is with everything, patience, patience, patience. All right, while we're doing this jump, I'm going to swap out my mouse very quickly. So I'll be AFK for just a second while I do that. Here's some music. Perfect timing. Just hitting ArcCorp. And feeling good about the new mouse. All right, let's get back to some mining, some scouting, huh? I don't know how many hours I've spent mining on Lyria. I never got into the rock mining, the belt mining. I was always a Quantanium miner on Lyria. And I suppose there's been some times where you kind of get a little, I wouldn't say bored, but you get overplayed with the same game loop and want to look to do something different. And I bounce around, as you know. But I have to say, you know, just flying on Lyria and, you know, it's a beautiful, beautiful moon. And I'm just trying to decide what I want to do for a location. I think I'm going to go to the launch pad. Nah. I'm trying to stay in the sun, and I don't want to... yeah, let's go here. I think I just found a double. Yeah, I did. I think those will be considered a double. Maybe not, actually, now that I get closer, but let's just check them out. We are awfully close to that jump point, so if we do not have some great rocks here, We're going to skedaddle. You better skedaddle. You better skit. Get to getting. Now that should scan. Okay. It's not scanning for me, so we're going to check that other rock. Because you never know. That is a dead rock, which is... which is unfortunate, but there's not much we can do if it doesn't scan. Now we'll keep an eye out for some other rocks that might not scan. Because that can be a sign that the server is going down. And whenever we get in that mode, that was just a single, right? Yeah. That looked like a double. So yeah, let's see if this scans as well, or doesn't scan rather. And if that's the case, then we will know we might be in a bad situation, server-wise. Should be fine. I mean, they are scanning. Or getting detected, rather. Looks like the scanner is working now. No. Nope. Okay, I would be willing to bet that we are close to a 30K, or yeah, something's not right here. Because what I'm expecting, I mean, you do see the scanner noise indicator go up, or rather down, the signal strength going up. And unless this has something to do with the new mouse. So we're just going to sit for a sec because that's 2 rock sets in a row that both did not scan at all. And, you know, going into mining mode and trying to break it, it should have shown me some of the stats because it will, those properties are required in order for me to break the rock, right? So in the meantime, while we sit for just a second, let me grab a couple of screenshots. I do love this paint. It kind of, if you look closely, you can see the glass kind of has like a purple, very, very, very dark purple hue to it. You can see the purple highlights kind of in the character's leg there, in my character's leg. And that's supposed to be the color of it. You can see now, if you look closely, like, oh, okay, that's purple because the center is gray and black. But I just love this paint. And I would fully expect to have seen a 30K by now. And there's certainly no one mentioning anything in chat. So it could be just me bugging. I will leave my landing gear down. So the reason behind the landing gear is if something happens, essentially, you know, the state that you were in when the crash happens, you know, will continue. So if you have your landing gear down and your ship falls down, it'll do a landing. But yeah, there's nothing here. I would say yeah, this is not ideal because I clearly do not want to keep finding Quantanium rocks that I can't break and use. Yeah. So now I'm just going to find anything. I'm going to find anything and see if I can scan it. No bueno. No bueno. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, so that is a dead server. Or it is, you know, and since no one's complaining about 30K, and it has been a while. My guess is that, you know, this particular service might be down in the game. So we are going to, I'm going to log out. I'm going to bed log. And I know that's very risky, but we're going to do it anyway. And yeah, let's do that real quick. So this is always a bit of a risk. So if you're watching at home, cross your fingers. I just don't know why there's an apple there. Well, we'll put it there. So begin crossing fingers now. Well, that was quick, and hopefully. Now I don't know if I joined on another server. I probably didn't. But
Hello, how can Miss help you today? Systems on.
we're gonna find out. I mean, that box that says that it's 7 meters away is not instilling them all the confidence that I'd might hope for. But it would be nice to get more than just one run in, right? So let's check out. Now we've just been randomly going to places. I'm gonna go to Humboldt Mines. And I might just actually go down and scan that rock. Now that I think about it. That's gonna be a jewel, but I don't, or a gem rather. Yeah, you know what? I don't care if I can scan those, because I don't know if they're related. I think they are, but rather than chance it, let's just go to this one that's 8,000 kilometers away, because we know, or meters away, because we know that's going to be a rock. That looks more promising. Hey, we got some laranite here. Actually, that's not a bad percentage of laranite, but it's a 7,000 mass, so I don't want to play with those numbers. But that's good. Not 2 sets of Quantanium good like we were on before, but good that we can scan. I'm going to run over here first. There's a double right there. So let's check those out. It's a 7,000, 34%. Oh. I'm going to check, but I don't think I have my gadget, and I didn't buy one like I said I was going to because I got distracted, but that's a good rock. That's a 4,900. It's a 9%er. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. It's not the best of rocks, but it is a free rock, so I'm going to make sure that, you know, somebody doesn't want it. So we're gonna give some people a chance to come break a rock if they want it. It's not the best of rocks, but it's, you know, it's 7,000 at 34%, almost 35%. So that might be worth somebody coming. So we're going to give them a few minutes to respond. And we're going to make sure we save ourselves on our fuel costs, and we'll land this guy with the landing gear down this time. Pretty common practice to do this, you know. I mean, I usually do it if I can. And while we're waiting, I'm just gonna double check that I don't have that module in the prospector, because, and I don't. I absolutely do not. I've got one of those modules that is specifically for this situation, and it's gone missing on me. I thought I had it in here, and then I thought I had it somewhere else, but due to circumstances beyond my control, I don't know. It's gone missing. It's gone on holiday, so I don't know where it is. Just gonna grab something to drink while we wait. Might as well do that. Okay, well, we're just kind of looking around here and didn't see anything. No one has responded. I put out a call for help on that rock, and we gave it a few minutes, and we didn't get a responder there, so kind of moving on here, and we're going to start looking. Those are clearly gemstones, so we're back to where we came. Kind of just looking for clusters at this point, because we had some good luck here, and of course, maybe those were the only clusters. Oh, there's a 2 pair right there. Oh, we are not. I didn't realize I had cruise control on. It's 3,000 mass. 2%. $6,000. 7%. Not good. Not good numbers there. But you know what? I have to say I'm pretty happy with the fact that we're running into more than one rock at a time, because that has been, unfortunately, that really has been my experience mining for the last couple of times. So I'm happy to see otherwise. Yeah, it's a single. So we're heading southwest. We'll just head over and continue what we're doing. I don't know. There was no strategy, by the way, to what I was just doing, other than I was messing with the ping angles a little bit and trying to find some doubles that way, and that actually ended up being how I did find those doubles. I've been really just skipping the singles, which is not normal for me. Normally I will check everything, because I haven't had very much luck finding doubles or clusters. This looks like a pretty lucrative area. You know, there's a lot of boxes here, which is great. Just trying not to fly over all of them and lose them. Here's another double. I'm pretty sure I didn't get turned around and run into this one already, but let's find out. I have been bouncing around. I've been trying to go southwest, but I know for a while there I was not going in the right direction. So let's just check that out. This should scan really fast if I've already scanned it. I remember 5400. That's a 2%er. It's 5700 and 2%. So that's not something I scanned before. I'm pretty sure we checked this one too, but now, I definitely have had situations where I've gone to investigate those single stars or those nodes, whatever you want to call them, and found out that there was a cluster there. I just got one flash, but when I went up and flew towards it, like say I'm going to do now, because that's going to show as a single. Yeah. Actually, I take that back. That's a double. Yep, that shows up as a double. Now again, I am not being the best right now at keeping track of my orientation. So, and that's a scouter's no-no. You really should be living by the compass, or else you're going to run into a situation where you double scan things. You spend time scanning something. But let's just check the mass on this one again. And that's an 8100 rock. Now that could be, is that the rock that we scanned and asked for help? If it's 35%. No, so that's a new rock. Yeah, that's a new rock. That's good. So what's this one look like? It's just a 2%er and it's 4900. So yeah, that's kind of one of the reasons why I call out all the stats, because then it helps me remember if I've seen that rock before. And I'm usually way better at keeping track. So I'm kind of heading southwest, and that's very handy to avoid anything, to avoid scanning the same rocks over and over again. I mean, that's not a very difficult concept to understand, so I don't know why I keep repeating it. We're going to keep heading this way. And you know what we do? I'd like to remind you to like and subscribe this video if you could. I would very much appreciate it. We're doing fairly consistent streams here. And I'm going to keep going. I love streaming. And I'm, getting through all of the technical issues that you have to get through to get into a stream, and I think I'm past that point, and I've got a good little workflow working out for me, and I really enjoy streaming. It's like my favorite thing to do. Most of my gameplay has been streaming. I've only played maybe 1 or 2 times without streaming, and that was really to run a couple of tests, and I had mentioned that we had a giveaway and I had to pay someone some money, so I logged in to do that, and while I was doing that I did a little gaming session, which was kind of fun. And sometimes you just want to game, you don't want to talk your way through it. And I'm going to start heading west. But apart from that, it's just been a lot of fun. And looking at what people are watching, we have a very small but loyal audience, I think. That's the way I like to think of you all right now. It looks like the ship tours are kind of like the more popular ones, which surprised me. Where we take a ship and, I take a ship out and kind of run it through its paces. And I certainly enjoy doing that. But I was very surprised because it's not really a ship tour kind of video. It's more like just highlighting what you're going to do or what you could do in that ship in a very limited way, even, I would admit. I don't set out with a formal agenda or anything like that. When I start those streams up, I just kind of take it out and do what I want to do. And so it's good to know those are kind of taking off. I mean, just to kind of throw some numbers out there or some information out there, some stats out there, those are twice as popular in 2 ways. The average view count or the number of views is double those type of videos, and the average play count, how long a person will watch what the duration of that watching session is twice as long as the other videos. So that's great, but I'm going to run out of ships pretty soon, so I'm going to have to start repeating some of the things that I do in the ship, or which ship I take out. So I might do that, of course. There's still some other ships that I have that are worth touring. I think we're gonna take the 400i out. That is a pretty useful ship to have, and for a while there used that as my daily driver. Yeah, we got a couple of rocks over here. And so the 400i is probably going to be the next one that I do that with. I just need to kind of map out a little bit more activity. And because this kind of caught me off guard, I'm going to put a little more planning into what I'm going to do with that particular ship and get a little bit more information, because I think, when you see a thing like that and you see that on the cover, you would expect, on the thumbnail, you'd expect to the video that you're about to click on, you'd expect it to have a little more information about the ship that's there. And I just haven't been providing very much information, but happy to do so, and happy to kind of go back and spend a couple of more sessions on some of the other ships that I kind of just jumped through. So these are not great rocks. And now we're kind of starting to see the scouting struggle. Because it's been a while since we've seen anything good. But we're still running into Quantanium rocks. So as long as I'm finding Quantanium rocks, I don't usually jump to a different server or to a bedlog or anything like that, like we had to do because they weren't scanning. This is a single. Let's try the old 360 trick here. Get to just about the cloud line is where I like to be. It's okay if you go over. And we'll send out a 360 ping. And there's a double cluster right there. That wasn't a mistake, by the way. Sometimes when I get a good feeling about a rock, I come over to the shadow side. If I know it's Quantanium, it's just kind of superstition. It's just a superstitious thing to do, but I do it because I'm presuming I'm going to be breaking this rock, and I want to be on the shadow side so that I can see the stats a little better with the shadow. So I'll position the shadow, but it doesn't always work, and I don't always do it, but I did it there. I'm like intentionally wanted to go so that I was facing the sun. That's a 12%er, but it's a 5100 mass, so it's gonna be doable for us to break, but not fun. And for 12% Quantanium, I don't think it's worth it at this stage. We've been finding Quantanium rock, so let's just do that again. Again, you sort of pop up, usually hit VTOL, get to 360, and then get your angle down to 2%, or 2 degrees rather. That looked like a single. That as well. And I don't see any other boxes. So we're going to head at southwest. We'll just keep it at 360. And we're just going to kind of go to a different area and try that again. Just gonna go check that one out. I don't know why. Actually, we just came from that direction, so I'm not gonna do that. That's the double that we just went to. Because that's kind of the other thing I'm testing out, is that 11 kilometer range is a cluster. I don't know if that's obviously everything that's at 11 is not a cluster, right? Some of you might know the answer to this, and if you do, it's a good opportunity to encourage you to post a comment about this, because I'm very curious if it is there a number when it's a new box that guarantees that it's going to be 2 or more? And I have heard that, and that it was like 11 or 12 kilometers away. And I mean, there's 3 nodes, but they're not all clustered together. But I'm curious, because I think I've kind of come across this a couple of different times. Those look like gems, where it was a new rock. It was 12K away from where I was. It was a brand new box. See, like there's a 13. And that's the one that we were just looking at. I think. Yeah, I mean, those are those 2 over there, aren't they? I definitely see a couple. And I know we're heading back. I'm just going to check them out. mean, there's certainly a lot of rocks over here. And I think that adds to the confusion, the noise of what you're scanning, but that's... kind of caught that out of the corner of my eye that that's actually ooh. We're gonna crash. We're gonna crash. Well, that's what happens when you go to use cruise control, as I tend to do, and you forget that it's on. That was a Quantanium rock, and we're going to assume that it was a massive... And you know that happens. Can't take it too seriously or get too upset.
Immediately in surgery. Dr. Chan to surgery.
You know, you're going to forget you have cruise control on, or I think another common thing that I see myself doing, maybe you do the same thing. I'm going to scan in a ship, and I'm going to hit V, and I accidentally hit C. Or I'm trying to turn the scanner off, which is necessary for you to control the throttle limiter. The throttle limiter is the same thing. So I'm going to claim that prospector. Now, unfortunately, I think we may have to just call this at this point. We're kind of reaching to our time. And I don't think I have enough time to go head out and do another run in the prospector. I was going to let that be our last run.
Your insurance claim has been sent.
We got one work order in, and that's not too shabby, but I was hoping to run this a little bit longer and do 3-4 consecutive runs all at once. But sometimes that doesn't happen when you're... How far away I left the camera. When you're trying to get... The camera doesn't work. Okay, that's a new one. There we go. A little closer shot there of me in my gown here. Sometimes you'll find that luck is on your side in this game, and you find some rocks, and you have yourself a good couple of runs, and that's great. And other times you mistakenly hit cruise control and crash into the ground before you realize what's going to happen. And you have to end your mining run short. And you know what? I think that's a good way to end this stream, is that we didn't say that there was no risk in mining Quantanium. There certainly is some risk. You have to know what you're doing. You have to be a better pilot than I was today. And you have to be able to laugh at yourself when you're not, when you're equally bad as I was today. It's a great way to get back to the station real quick, I'll tell you that. And it's better than coming back empty-handed with an empty prospector. We had a pretty good run, and I'm definitely going to be doing some more mining. My hope really is, because it's just not that interesting to watch scouting, my hope is to get, next time I do one of these, is to get a couple of scouts pulled together from our team and have them help me locate some rocks. That way we can have a little more rock breaking action than just flying around. But beyond that, I know that's a lot of fun too. That's a very relaxing thing to do. But I do want to kind of be able to limit a little bit of that on stream so that you're not just watching me fly around. I've said that many, many times, but I had a lot of fun. I mean, I know it didn't end well, but you know what? I think that's kind of the theme of our stream. It's that things don't always go as planned. And when they don't, it's how we deal with those missteps or those bugs or those random occurrences where we crash our ship due to pilot error. It's how we handle those things that I think makes for a better example than, me complaining about how or making excuses about how something shouldn't have happened because, my mouse wheel broke or something. Well, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this stream right here, right now. My name is Yentra. I really, really appreciate you watching this stream. Please please subscribe, and please leave a comment below about what you think I should do in the next stream. I'd love to hear some ideas about what you'd like to see me do in Star Citizen. I can't promise you that I'll do it successfully, but I promise you I'll give it a try. So if you want to throw out some ideas, the crazier the better. I will take a look at those. I will read all of your comments, and maybe one day you'll tune into this stream and see me do that crazy thing that you suggested. And I'll be sure to mention your name. So thank you once again for watching this. This is Yentra signing off. You guys have a great day, and we will see you in the next one.
Oh, we wildin', we drinking cherry wine and we dancing on an island. We going back the finest. Yeah, young Miss Tequila and call me señorita. Ay, papi, got me dreaming. My legs up on the ceiling. Oh, yeah. I know when he come, he ain't never gonna leave now. Hit it the night run, and that's the way I wanna be. So don't think I'm the one to won't ever be enough. Mix until I know, bitch, I ain't the one. He don't want love. He just wanna fuck. Ow, little vacation. Drink it till we naked. Talking with our tongue.